Hi everyone, this is Naveen, your social science facilitator. In previous class, we were discussing about manufacturing industry. Under that, I have covered meaning and importance of manufacturing industries, and what is the contribution of manufacturing industry to national economy, and moreover, to start a industry, what are the basic things we require. That one we have seen, and ideal location of industry and all. In today's class we are going to talk about classification of industries. Industries can be classified into many types under the many headings. Before that, I am going to tell you day to day life we are using the many things, right? Like transistor, electrical bulbs, vegetable oil, cement, glassware, petrol, matches, scooter, automobile, medicine, and so on. If you classify the various industry on the based on particular criteria, then we would be able to understand their manufacturing better. So industries can be classified into on the basis of what are the raw materials we are using, that we can make into agro based industry and mineral based industry. What are agro based industry here? Cotton, woolen, jute, silk, textile, rubber and sugar, tea, coffee, edible oil will be lies under agro based industry. Mineral based industry: iron and steel, cement, aluminium, machine tools, and petrochemicals. According to the main role, that is, we can classify the industry basic or key industry here, and consumer industries. Basic or key industries are those which supply their products as a raw materials to manufacture other goods. For example, we can take as iron and steel, copper smelting, aluminium smelting, etc. Consumer industry that produce the goods for direct use by consumers. For example, sugar, toothpaste, paper, sewing machines, fans, etc. On the basis of capital investment, we can see as a small scale industry and large scale industry here. Small scale industry is defined with the reference the maximum investment allowed on the assets of a unit. This limit has changed over a period of time. At present, maximum investment allowed in rupees 1 crore. And on the basis of ownership, we can talk about public, private, joint sector, and cooperative. So public sector owned and operated by government agencies. For example, BHEL, Bharat Heavy Electronical Limited, SAIL, etc. Private industries owned and operated by individual or group of individual. For example, TISCO, Tata Iron and Steel Company, Bajaj Auto Limited, Dabur Industries. Joint sector industries, which are jointly run by the state and individual, are a group of individual. For example, OIL, Oil India Limited, jointly owned by public and private sector. Cooperative sector or cooperative sector industries are owned and operated by the producers or suppliers of raw materials, workers both. They pool in the resources and share the profits or losses proportionately. Such examples are sugar industry in Maharashtra and coir industries in Kerala. On the basis of weight, we can talk about things that is based on the bulk weight raw materials of finished goods. One is a heavy industry, one more is a light industries. So heavy industries here, that is, we can call by the name iron and steel industry are example. Light industry that are use light raw materials and produce light goods such as electrical goods and industry. Totally we can say as a classification of industry on the basis of raw materials, agro based industry and mineral based industry. Main role basic industry and consumer based industry. On the investment of capital, small scale industry and large scale. On the basis of ownership, we can say as a public, private, joint venture or joint sector, cooperative industries. On the bulk, weight and raw materials, heavy and light industry. So the first part we are going to discuss here about the agro based industry, which are lies under the agro based industry means cotton, jute, silk, woolen textile, sugar and edible oil, etc. Industries based on agricultural as a raw materials here. Under that, the first one, that is a textile industry we are discussing. The textile industry occupies unique position in the Indian economy because it contributes significantly to industrial production, employment generation and foreign exchange earnings. It is the only one industry in the country which is self-reliant and complete in the value of chain. For example, I can say from raw material to the highest value added products. How we are by making that, what are the value addition that textile industry here? Fiber production is there. After the fiber production, it will be go as a spinning. Next, it will be weaving and netting and dyeing, finishing, garment manufacturing. So what are the fiber productions will be there? For that we need raw fiber. Spinning, that will be included as yarn. Weaving, knitting, it will be goes as a fabric. Dyeing, finishing and garment manufacturing, it will be lies under the garments. Cotton textile. In ancient India, cotton textile were produced with a hand spinning and handloom weaving techniques. And moreover, after the 18th century, power looms came into use. Our traditional industry suffered a setback during the colonial period because they could not compete with the mill-made cloth from England. You know that when we are discussing the history, we are saying that what are the handlooms were they that, and in the foreign or the England there were industrial revolution was there. Due to that, we are supplying the raw materials for them, and what are the production is coming, that was a cheaper and the heavy quality was there. That's the reason we are not able to compete with them. And the cotton textile industry was concentrated on the cotton growing belts, for example Maharashtra and Gujarat. Availability, what are the factors like to concentrate on the Maharashtra and Gujarat, I can say here. First one, the availability of raw material or the raw cotton here, market, transport, including the accessible port facilities, labor, that is the cheap labor, moist climate. Not only cheap labor, that is a skilled, semi-skilled and unskilled labor. And the cotton industry has also links with the agriculture and provides a living farmers to cotton boll pluckers and workers engaged in ginning, spinning, weaving, dyeing, designing, packaging, tailoring and sewing. The industry, by creating demand, support many other industries also. India has a world-class production in spinning, but weaving supplies low quality of fabric and also can't use much of the high quality and produced in the country. Weaving done by handloom, power loom and in mills. The handlooms, handspun khadi provides a large scale employment to weavers in their homes, as not only homes, as a cottage industry also. India exports arms to Japan, USA, UK, Russia, France, East European countries, Nepal, Singapore, Sri Lanka, and African countries. We have a large share in the world trade of cotton and Our spinning mills are competitive at the global level and capable of using all the fibers we produce. Most of the production what we are having in the is in the fragmented small units which cater into the local market, and this mismatch in the major drawback of the industry in here. This is about the textile and cotton industry, and in the upcoming class I will talk about why we need improve our weaving sector, and which are other than that I am going to discuss with you regarding jute and sugar industry briefly. Thank you for watching video. Stay tuned to GJS. Have a great day ahead.